this is Naomi Indrek. I'm going to record a quick video on how to graph this exponential function, find its inverse, and then also graph the inverse function. We have f of x equals 2 to the x. And I would graph this function first by finding a couple of points. I know that f of 0, if I take 0 and I put it in for x there, I would have 2 to the 0, and any constant positive number raised to the 0 power is just going to be 1, so I'd have the point 0, 1 right here. Also, if I put 1 into this function, I'd have 2 to the 1, well that's just 2, so I'd have the point 1, 2. If I put in negative 1, I would have 2 to the negative 1, that's 1 over 2, 1 half, so I have this point negative 1, 1 half. And those are the points I'm going to use to graph this function. You can see the graph just gets smaller and smaller over here to the left. And there is a horizontal asymptote there. So no matter how many 2's I multiply together, it's always going to be positive. So this exponential function never dips down into the negative numbers. It just approaches 0 as x approaches negative infinity. And then it's going to go up towards positive infinity as x approaches infinity. These dotted lines, that's this horizontal asymptote y equals 0 for this particular function. Finding the inverse. So if I'm going to find the inverse, I switch x and y. I have x equal 2 to the y instead of y equal 2 to the x. Then I would like to have y by itself. So I need to get rid of this 2. And in order to do that, I would take log base 2. Because log base 2 undoes 2 to the something. So log base 2 of x is what I'd have over here on the left, and then log base 2 of 2 to the y is what I'd have on the right. But log base 2 of 2 to the y is just y. So this is my inverse function, y equals log base 2 of x. Graphing this function. In order to graph this function, I would just take all my y points from the original function. I know the inverse function, the xy's get switched around. So instead of having 0, 1 as the point, I would have 1, 0 as the point right here. Instead of having negative 1, 1 half as the point right here, I'd have 1 half negative 1 as the point. And then also instead of having 1, 2, I'd have 2, 1. So I would end up with a graph that goes up this way. It also has a vertical asymptote, x equals 0, where before I had a horizontal asymptote, y equals 0. And you can notice there's symmetry here over the line y equals x between these two functions.